Justin, what do you think is going to happen in 2016?
Right, it's going to be a crucial year. Crucial year because things are changing. Changing because interest rates will go up. They'll go up in the States. We almost certainly know that. They may even go up in December this year. But actually, for next year, they'll be up. They won't go up very much after that. The question is, when do we put up interest rates in the UK? The chances are that will be next year, I suspect. But again, we're now in a world of lower, slower. You can see it in the economic figures at the moment. Doesn't mean we're heading for recession or anything like that, but you can see in the Eurozone, you can see in the UK, you see in the US, we're in a position at the moment, low interest rates, low growth, low returns, low inflation. But so interest rates up a little bit, but it's going to feel a little dull. So what companies are going to have to do is actually find a differentiation. What's going to stand them apart from their competitors in the market to make sure they've got a difference? So whether in my world, like financial services, making sure we're doing it steadily, but building up trust, finding better ways to communicate with people, using better technology to get hold of people, that's going to be the crucial bit. Because in terms of actually seeing growth in the economy, it's going to feel a bit slow.
Okay, what about the EU next year?
The problem with the EU, of course, is this discussion we've got on the referendum. And the trouble is, it's 2017. That's far too far away. In the meantime, you're giving people the excuse not to make a decision about investing in Britain because are you going to be in or out? Make your minds up. And the longer we've got for that, there's more chance of someone saying, oh, sod it, I'll go somewhere else. No, I'd rather we brought it forward and had the decision one way or the other. As far as I'm concerned, the one way we should actually be staying in. It's the largest trading bloc in the world. There's lots of it I don't like, but I've got more chances of changing it if I'm in it rather than if I'm outside it, whinging.
Talking about Cameron and negotiating, can he negotiate something which keeps us away from those bureaucratic laws in Brussels?
He should come to one of your talks, I think, and actually really learn about how to negotiate. I don't think he's very good at it, but then again, he doesn't actually do the negotiations. It's obviously the people in the civil service doing it. But I've got a problem there too. They're very bright, but a lot of them don't actually have the experience. If you go to the States, you'll find quite often people in the Fed have been there for a lifetime. That's their career. Unfortunately, what we've seen in our civil service, people stay there for 5 years, then move on, so they lose the expertise. And I really hope that someone like Cameron would look outside and say, look, give me the negotiating skills, the points I can make here, and try and win over. This is a classic case of actually having a rather weak hand and being able to get a good deal.
Last quick question. Hinkley Point Power Station, financed by the Chinese. Some of my readers are saying, what are we doing?
What are we doing? It's really stupid. Why isn't the government coming up with initiatives so that we can have infrastructure bonds? A bit like privatisation, so people can actually invest in infrastructure, get a long-term return, a solid yield, and investing something in which is domestic. There is no short of investment money. There's a huge lack of imagination coming from the Treasury. Some radical common sense, please, of finding better ways of channeling money into more power stations, because we've got a shortage of power, sorting out our communications, not just a runway, but the rest of it, and also making sure that the entire country is properly covered with actual fibre, so we've got high-speed fibre throughout the country. And I don't just mean Albran.
One massive tip for people listening to this for 2016 from you. What's your gut feel?
My gut feel is it's going to be okay. You've got to build up the confidence because otherwise the media is going to be trying to drain that away from everybody. And you've got to tell them that it's still going to be growing, it's going to be slow and steady, and you've got to go out there and really highlight your differences to actually show why you're better than the competitors.
Justin Urquhart Stewart, thank you.
Pleasure.